What's up everyone? We're back with another solo leveling video, and this one is big. Today we're talking about something you've all been asking for. Will there be a season 3? And guess what? The chances are sky high. Blast off. But hold up, it might take a bit longer than you'd expect, so let me break it all down for you. The stats, the streaming numbers, the strategy, and why a season 3 isn't just likely, it's almost inevitable. For those rare few who still don't know the story, come on, really? Here's the world's easiest anime synopsis. A hunter who's literally the weakest human alive gets the ability to level up, and boom, he starts crushing everything in his path. Simple, addictive, EPIC. Solo leveling exploded on Crunchyroll, and I mean exploded. After just 12 episodes in Season 1, it already crushed the numbers of other big-name Korean webtoon adaptations like Tower of God and The God of High School. And Season 2? It took things to a whole new level. We went from 200,000 reviews to over 600,000 by the end of Season 2. And it even broke the record for most likes on an episode. This isn't just a hit, this is Crunchyroll's flagship anime. And let's talk business for a sec, because behind the scenes it gets even more interesting. Solo Leveling was backed by Aniplex, a Sony-owned company, and guess who else owns Crunchyroll? Yup, Sony again, so Sony basically funded itself and it paid off. Now let's nerd out on some data. On my anime list, it's dominating. It's approaching 1 million members in just 1 year. That's Frieren level popularity, if not higher. But more importantly, check out IMDb. That's where the mainstream audience hangs out. And Solo Leveling blew up there too, outperforming Frieren and even catching up to global beasts like Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen in a fraction of the time. And yes, I know what you're thinking. If it's so popular, where's Season 3 already? Well, here's the catch. Top-tier animation takes time. After the leap in quality from Season 1 to Season 2, expectations are sky high. Plus, the deeper we go into the story, the more intense it gets. And that means more time in production. Oh, and about Japan? You've probably heard people say Japanese fans didn't vibe with it at first, and that's partly true. The original webtoon had some ahem tension with Japan, but here's the twist. They made a localized version for the Japanese market. Instead of Korea, the anime takes place in Japan, and guess what? It worked. Season 2 popped off in Japanese streaming platforms. Netflix, Amazon, you name it. It was topping charts left and right, especially by the end. And here's where things get even more unexpected. Remember when people were saying Solo Leveling was getting cancelled in Japan? Yeah, turns out that was just some noise from a handful of angry Twitter users. Nothing serious. The truth? It actually started trending hard in Japan during Season 2. It climbed Netflix Japan's top 10, blew up on Amazon Prime over there, and basically became one of the top shows across all Japanese platforms. That's huge for Aniplex, because that's a new market full of potential buyers for manga, merch, and future spin-offs. And remember, they hold the rights. So for them, it's a goldmine. The first season may have been mid in Japan, but Season 2? Surprise hit! Oh, and don't forget the manga sales. Not quite top 5, but still impressive. Solo Leveling hit the top 20 in sales and boosted older volumes too. Not as big as streaming data, but it's just more proof the franchise is growing on all fronts. Alright, let's address the question of the day. Why haven't they announced Season 3 yet? Well, rumor has it the director is already tied to another project, and if that's true, that could explain the delay. If they announce it now, but it takes 3 years to release, fans will get mad, so they might just be holding the announcement until production is further along. And why would the director take another job? Simple. When Season 1 aired, the series wasn't the mega hit it is now. Studios plan projects years in advance, so the director likely committed to something else before Solo Leveling became the global monster it is today. If that other anime takes until 2026 to finish, and then production starts on Season 3, we could be looking at a 2028 release. Yeah, ouch. But there's hope. They might already be in pre-production, outlining episodes, working on scripts, early planning. If so, they could hit the ground running once that other project wraps. Could they just replace the director? Technically, yes, but it's risky. Changing directors rarely makes things better. Most of the time, it either downgrades or, if you're lucky, keeps the same quality. It's just safer to stick with the current one. He's been improving each season. And let's talk content. There are 90 chapters left to adapt. Season 1 adapted 45 chapters. Season 2 did 65, so they could wrap everything up in one last season, maybe with 13 to 15 episodes. Or they could stretch it to 2 more seasons, or even do a final movie or OVA to cover the epilogue chapters. If they go all in with a 20-episode season, it's totally doable. Or maybe they do a 13-episode final season for the big battles and drop a special 1-hour epilogue to wrap up the story cleanly. I'd honestly love that. Oh yeah, did I mention? There's a live-action Solo Leveling series in the works too, being developed in Korea. So whether you like anime, webtoons, or K-dramas, Solo Leveling's about to be everywhere. And for those of you asking, yes, they're probably planning to adapt the sequel story about Jin-Woo's son too. With how much money this series is printing, I'd be shocked if they didn't already have a roadmap for the next few years. So look, you'll need a little patience, but based on the success, the hype, and the sheer amount of content left to adapt, Season 3 is coming. It's just a matter of when, not if. Whether it's in 2026, 2027, or even 2028, Solo Leveling isn't done yet. Anyway, I hope that cleared up your questions. If it did, hit that like button, share the video, and if you haven't yet, subscribe. I'll be covering every update the second we get news on Season 3, the movie, the live action, everything. Thanks for watching. And remember, the shadows are always watching. See you in the next one.